Hi and welcome to Wayne's World of Wrestling. I'm Wayne Gilmore, your host, and this is the podcast called Me and My Mates at WrestleMania in Orlando. It was WrestleMania 24 and it's 12 years to the date, so I thought I'd make a wee podcast about it and just discuss what it was all about, what it was like. I've actually got it on the network right now. The Jets coming over straight away first was a pure buzz straight away. Me and my friends, such a good time seeing the stadium again, just full with over 74,000. Just me, my mate Jim, who does the Learning the Ropes podcast with me, my mate Dale, who does that too, and Big Paul and wee Davey. The 5As had some experience at WrestleMania, and then just the journey over as well. We're just all buzzing. Really enjoyed it. The full experience. Really, just words can't take into account how excited we were going. We got there the day before WrestleMania, and we were at the Vista K Resort, which really nice apartment for the 5As. And the next day we'd just done a bit of sightseeing, stuff like that, and then we got ready for WrestleMania. And just people outside dressed up. It was just second to none. I'd been into wrestling. I think the first WrestleMania I saw kind of live was WrestleMania 8, and just finally going to one was a dream come true. And when we finally got to the stadium, we were outside it and stuff. People dressed up, just everybody just buzzing for it. And we just really enjoyed the full atmosphere of it all. And the first match was JBL taking on Finlay in a Belfast brawl. It was actually a better match than I thought it was going to be. Wee Hornswoggle was in Finlay's corner and stuff, so there was some good moments in it. Each of them battering each other with some weapons and stuff like that. So the atmosphere in the stadium was just so good. And me and my mates were just all having such a good time. And it was kind of surreal, because even being in the stadium and being there, I was still like, do I even deserve to be here? It's it was that kind of moment when I was in the stadium looking down onto the other fans, onto the big rig, onto the ring and the ramp and everything. It was surreal, because I'd obviously just watched all the other WrestleManias on TV, and we were there, you know what I mean, inside this massive stadium, the Citrus Bowl in Orlando. And the journey we took and we got there, like we'd got it organised and we were finally actually there, and it was just so good. Ladder match on the now. I'm just kind of fast forwarding into different things just to remind myself what was going on. The ladder match was again so many mental moves in the ladder match. It was when Money in the Bank was still part of WrestleMania, the show, and Jericho, Carlito, John Morrison, Shelton Benjamin, who was one of my favourites at the time. CM Punk goes on to win this one, but there was a hell of a lot of good moves in it, high flying stuff, and Matt Hardy comes in and interferes as well. Again, I was looking forward to Jeff Hardy being in the match, and then he had his personal issues again, so that was a bit of a bummer. But this match lived up to everything I was hoping it was going to be, and CM Punk wins the match, and he ends up got to cash his Money in the Bank at the end of June on Raw against the champ at the time, Edge, after Edge gets battered by Batista, and then CM Punk comes in and does the thing that everybody does when they get the Money in the Bank. That's CM Punk coming out now. Crowd just buzzing for him. He was massive at that point. Great song as well. Anyway, goes on to win it. He wins the title. Just such drama, and it was just so enjoyable. I mean, there was one guy, an American guy with his family, and he was just introducing himself, and he's like, "What's your name?" And I was about to tell him my name, and he's like, "It doesn't matter what your name is," like rock style and stuff. So it was just, I found that hilarious, and a lot of Americans I met, they were just so funny, so down to earth, and they were just happy to see us. A lot of them kept reciting stuff out of Braveheart, which obviously we are famous for William Wallace and whatever, but a wee bit stereotypical. But then I think every country's see certain things about Scottish people, or we see certain things about America, and Mr. Kennedy was in this match as well, actually. He's just come out there. But everybody sees a stereotypical thing about different things from different countries, but people are actually saying bits out of Braveheart outside the stadium to us, and they were saying bits out it that even we probably can't remember, so they were into the film a bit more than us. But again, CM Punk winning this match was probably the best thing to happen, but Jericho being in the match as well was quality. I still love Jericho, and I love what he's still doing now. Just moved it on, and that's when it's obviously went from daylight to night time. So William Beagle in the ring as well, such a good heel at times, and he's actually a really good in-ring performer as well. I actually think I went for a quick pint at this time, and I said that I'm sure I said Batista and Umaga could steal the show, like a dark horse match, and then by the time I come back for a piss and a beer, and I think I had a smoke at the kind of in the outside concourse bit of the Citrus Bowl. By the time I come back in, it's like Batista was doing his finisher, and that was the match over, and I was like, oh, what? You know what I mean? And obviously I can't remember, but I think a couple of my mates said, oh, I thought you said this was going to be the match of the night, and you've missed it. So again, Batista, fireworks flying about, and just being in the stadium for all that, it's just seeing the crowd again, and now it's got to night time, it looks even better. But Umaga, obviously we know he's passed on now, and God bless his soul and rest in peace. And I liked Umaga as a wrestler, dead vicious and smash mouth guy and powerful. But again, this was another match. Didn't live up to my expectations when I said it was going to be the dark horse show stealer. It never really happened. There's more fireworks going off and stuff. So again, been in the stadium, just loved it. Loved being there. All the WrestleManias I'd seen from WrestleMania 8 right up until this was just being there was goosebumps. As if it was a dream a bit, even though I was in my 20s when I went. Still, I was just like a wee boy at Christmas in a sense, actually finally being there. My mates were the same, or at least I'm sure they were. Sorry, I'm just looking up at it at the moment. Again, just loving watching bits of this. Feels like I'm back. I know that I'm just sitting in my room, but it feels a wee bit like I'm back there, remembering the memories, not just the WrestleMania, but just nights out when we were there, and just being in the apartment over there and having a good time with my mates and going to the theme parks like Universal Studios, and just having an all-time great holiday. One of the best weeks of my life, and I think it'll always be one of the best weeks of my life. But again, this match didn't live up to my expectations. So on to the next one. Oh, this is a quick match. This was after Kane. Kane had won the pre-show Battle Royal. My mate Big Paul was looking forward to Kane's entrance. The camera was out and everything. I can't remember if he did. I think he had a digital camera on him, and he was sitting waiting for the Kane coming out after Chavo, and Kane doesn't hear his entrance. He's actually just standing behind Chavo, and I think he pretty much just gives him a choke slam or something and wins the ECW title. Still think one of the worst things for ECW was selling the rights to their brand to WWE, because it just wasn't the same. Because at the end of the day, WWE's a PG company, so it was never going to be hardcore, was it really? But Big Paul, I remember, definitely was gutted when he had the camera up waiting for Kane, and he doesn't do his entrance, because Kane was one of the best performers, one of the best entrances in the theatrics and stuff, and obviously he doesn't do it, and Paul wasn't chuffed. Either was I, to be honest. I'd like to have seen Kane's entrance. Shawn Michaels Flair retirement match, absolute classic. So much emotion and drama in this match. We all I think everybody knew, most adult wrestling fans knew that it was Flair's time, even though he's come back in different occasions, TNA and that. But it was time for him to finish up at WWE at that point, and it was so many good moves, so many counters, and it was always going to be a great match with him and Shawn. Shawn arguably one of the best, or the best in-ring athlete in wrestling. I still think maybe the Hitman for full technical prowess, but Shawn's up there, and you look at Shawn and Hitman matches, the two of them had some amazing matches. But this match was probably the match of the night. I still enjoyed Taker and Edge later on, because the two of them are like Undertaker's my favourite ever, and Edge was up there as well. So I did enjoy this match. A lot of emotion and drama, and obviously the ending when Shawn Michaels looks over at him about to super kick him again, tells him he's sorry, he loves him. Sad and emotional and everything in between. And then after Flair gets back up, he's goes out to his family and he gives him a kiss and a cuddle and stuff, and it's a fitting way to go out for Flair, who's done it pretty much done it all in the business, let's face it. And it was time for him to leave at that point. I don't know, Snoop Dogg's out now. I think he was out for the women's match. The lights went out here, I'm sure. But the women were still very professional. Still kept having their match, which was class. But I think it was a couple of minutes at the most or something, but the lights went out, something happened with the lights. That's him introducing all the women lumberjacks are outside the ring. Kelly's there. Is that Michelle McCool, Undertaker's wife now? I know Snoop Dogg's he's been a big wrestling fan for years, so it's cool kinda he was there, but it's no my kind of. No, I'm not the biggest fan of him, but it was good that he was there. So there's Maria coming out. Bonnie Mania they're calling it, I remember that now actually. And Ashley as well. So there's this tag match, I'm sure it was it Beth Phoenix that has the match with him and Melina. I think it was Beth Phoenix and Melina that come out with him. Again, it's just another run-of-the-mill diva match. I've seen a few good diva matches, but this wasn't one of them, to be honest. So on to the next match. Crowds. So it's Cena versus Triple H versus Randy Orton for the title. This was actually a good triple threat match. I enjoyed this one as well. Triple threat matches can be sometimes up and down. You don't know what you're going to get, but this was a good one. Lots of twists and turns, and everybody thought Cena or Triple H were going to win it. And WWE relatively don't surprise people, especially these days anyway. Everybody who's going to win wins. It's predictable now. But this match, people were like, oh, Cena's going to win it or Triple H is going to win it. Randy's no chance. And Randy did win, so that was good. Big Show versus Floyd Money Mayweather. Just a farce. That was just one of these matches. It was there for this. Obviously, some years they bring celebrities in, and it was Floyd Mayweather was the celebrity this year. I mean, to be honest, Big Show should have just crushed him, but it was never going to happen. And then Big Show has to fight some of Mayweather's bodyguards, and then one of them passes Floyd the brass knocks and he knocks the Big Show out. So it was what it was. It wasn't. It was good enough for what it was going to be, like a boxer at what, 100 and odd pound or something, 150 pun to Big Show at 500, 7 foot, and Mayweather's what, 5'8" or something. So that was no bad. And it's the final match, the match that I was waiting on. Undertaker Edge. Edge counters him so much. He's got a counter for every move until near the end, and Undertaker finishes him off with his newish move at that point, the Hell's Gate. But there was so much drama and storytelling in this match. I really enjoyed this one. I've always wanted to see Undertaker live at WrestleMania, and I got my dream. His entrance, he's coming out, the flames. You could actually, where we were in the second tier, and we were kind of like, oh no, we're going to be miles away from the ring and looking down on it. It's going to be hard to see. We're getting slagged at work with some people who were wrestling fans, and I don't know if they were a bit jealous, like we were going, but oh, you're going to need your binoculars, you're in nosebleed seats. But the way the stadium was, it was maybe a sort of curved, tiered. The tiered seating was like more curved down. So even when we were second tier, you were still actually looking down quite well onto the ring. So it was actually pretty good where we were. So we weren't as far up as we thought we were going to be in the Citrus Bowl. So we're kind of happy. And I think the tickets were only, I think it was like 50 quid a ticket, $80 at the time, so that was roughly £50 in the way sorry, I'm just looking at the Undertaker coming out. The way the exchange rate was at that point, it was about $80 for our ticket, so it was about 50 quid at that point. So we're pretty chuffed where we were, and Undertaker and Edge never disappointed. My mate Jim was starting to fall asleep at this match, but I think it was the jet lag from coming over on the Saturday, the day before WrestleMania, was catching up with him, plus he had a few beers as well. So, but everything about being at WrestleMania and everything, again, when you look at all the WrestleManias, WrestleMania 24 definitely isn't the best WrestleMania. It's definitely not the best ever, but for me it's one of the best ever because me and my mates were there. Taker Edge was more a classic than I think it was at the time. I think I was in awe that I was actually watching the two of them. And then I watched it back. I think I've watched it about 8 times now. And when I watched it back, I was like, whoa, this was actually a really good match. The ladder, the Money in the Bank match was good there. The triple threat match was solid enough for a triple threat match because they can go either way sometimes. And then Flair and Shawn Michaels. So some WrestleManias have only got like 2 good matches. This is like 4 for me. So I definitely enjoyed it, and being there was just really, really, really good, and I was happy to be there. But then at the end, obviously there's people meant to have been hit with fireworks. The cable of the fireworks came down when Undertaker won. It came down onto some of the crowd, and some people get burnt or choked with the cable or something like that as well. So it wasn't a good ending because it was only news the next day when we woke up in our apartment, so that was a bit dodgy. Again, I still just being there with Jim, Davey, Paul and Dale was definitely worth going over and seeing this live, and it was everything I dreamt it was going to be, and it never disappointed being in there. And like I said, it wasn't just wrestling. We went to Universal Studios and a few different parks over there, and we enjoyed that as well. And go out to some of the nightclubs. Went to the Hard Rock Cafe and stuff like that as well. So now putting on Raw from the Raw we went to straight after it the next night as well, which was cool because we were actually in the first tier for this, and that was, the seats were like, the ring was right there as well, so that was a really good seats for Raw. Randy Orton comes out, gives his spiel about nobody thought he was going to win the world, keep the world title at the time, and just so good as a baddie. And then JBL comes out, tells him that he would be more hated as a champ and he'll win the title one of these days. I actually can see us in the crowd now. Cameras just went up to us there when Shawn Michaels is on, talking about retiring Flair, and he's feeling a lot of different emotions, and none of them are good. But at the end of the day, somebody had to retire Flair, and why no Shawn Michaels? Because Shawn Michaels is one of the best in-ring performers, so Flair wants to go to one of the best beating him. You don't want, look at Baron Corbin and Kurt Angle. Would you want Baron Corbin to take you out? A lot of people wanted to see it being Cena and Kurt Angle, which I definitely think would have been better. But Vince McMahon's got his own ideas again, as usual. So Randy Orton came out and said this and that and the next thing, like nobody thought he was going to win, and he did win. And again, it was just another stripe on Randy Orton's ever-growing list of accolades in WWE. And that's why he's one of the best. And he'll definitely go down as one of the best with some of the stuff he's done in wrestling. And being on Raw was just so good, being there. Obviously the ramp was right across us as well, so much closer, and we just had all such a good time. Chris Jericho and Punk as well, that was another match that was on it. I actually forgot about that one. Matt Hardy's in a match with Randy Orton as well, because he came out and started attacking Randy Orton at the start of the show. Again, it's just surreal watching it back, really, and just seeing different bits on it. There's actually a young Brian Kendrick in the tag team with Paul London it was. I love Brian Kendrick, he was really good. There's so many good memories coming watching this again. Oh my god, there's Cody Rhodes and Hardcore Holly. Look how far Cody Rhodes has came now. How good he is in AEW at the moment. He had a really good match with Jimmy Havoc in last week's AEW. And he was actually on commentary, which for Jim Ross, it was him and Tony Schiavone, and I thought he was really good as a commentator. I really loved it. Here's Jericho coming out now. Again, it was just seeing Jericho right there, you know what I mean, in the flesh, fireworks coming down, we're in the first tier. I think we're like five or six rows on the first tier, so we're pretty much, when you were looking at the platform's right there, in line with our faces really, and the same with the ring. So it was just so good. Jericho's still reinventing himself. He's kicking ass in AEW again. How many times does a guy reinvent himself? He's got the IC Championship at this moment in WWE. Him and Matt Hardy look like they're going to have some sort of rivalry in AEW. Still not sure about the Matt Hardy being 3,000 years old. I think it was a bit daft when AEW are claiming they're meant to be a realistic company and it's about more sport orientated. But he's looking out at the crowd in the last episode of AEW and he's like, I can see Abe Lincoln, and come on mate. If you're seeing Abe Lincoln, you're either drunk or you're on something else. I don't know, that's weird. But this match, like CM Punk's coming out with the briefcase because he won the obviously Money in the Bank the night before. One of the hottest guys in the WWF at WWE at that time, and he still continued to be. But then he went to MMA, and the less said about that the better. Him and I think I'll watch this match actually. Maybe watch it later on after my podcast because I don't want to just sit and watch a match and talk too long about the match. Randy Orton's coming out to fight Matt Hardy. Again, I remember it being a good match. Women coming out, no thanks. Saying start over. Maria, can't remember who she fights. Speed it up a bit here. Oh my god, Santino Marella's in the ring. That's right, he has a fight with Maria in this. It's like, what the hell. Santino Marella, remember him, man? There's all the women coming out to kick his ass. They all come out, and I remember they come out and kick the shit out of him. I think it's just, again, this is sometimes you just get it so as the women can come out, get a bit of camera time. There's Santino and they're all picking him up, slam him down. Nah, just a load of shite. There's Maria got to kick him in the balls now. Oh no, she's dropped the heat on him. And there's a referee cover. Load of shite. So there we go. I'm on about WWE still being shite for the last 5 years. Still doing shite like that 12 years ago. So, but they were still doing more good stuff back then than shit stuff. So now it gets on to, after this it goes to Flair coming out to talk about his retirement. And one of the biggest things I loved about this was when Ricky Steamboat came out, and I jumped out my chair as if it was like one of the biggest moments ever. It was like, oh my god, Ricky Steamboat's here, you know what I mean? I was like, Jesus. Seeing Ricky Steamboat coming out right in front of my eyes, after seeing his matches with Flair and Savage, just these classic moments, and then the next thing he's right there. It was just so good. But this is the bit, it's back on Raw, and it's a bit when he's about to super kick him, and he's looking at him. Flair's got the fists up, telling him to come on. I'm sorry, I love you. Bang, super kick. Flair's down, straight in the mat, like any good legend should do. Lie on the mat, on your back, looking at the lights. 1, 2, 3. His family are greeting at front row. Flair's up, everybody's clapping him. Music's on, dramatic music, epic sounding music for Flair. He's kissing his daughters, his sons, waving. That's him. See you later, mate. It was an emotional moment being there as well, and it was, there he is, woo baby. So 16-time world champ coming out for one final walk down the runway. But being there to see him retire officially for WWE was a special moment. And again, I would not change it for anything. Loved being at WrestleMania, loved being at Raw, and I'm glad we got it all organised and we all went. I think it was wee Davey I first said to when we were watching a wrestling event. The tickets were coming up soon. It was advertised. It was an empty citrus bowl just looking down on it at a pay-per-view in my flat, in my old tower flat. 2007. I think it might have been around about like September, maybe October, because they usually go on sale about November. And it was like 2 weeks or a month or whatever until WrestleMania. 24 tickets go on sale for the Citrus Bowl. And I said to Davey, was like, imagine going there, it'd be cool, wouldn't it? And he's kind of like, that would be cool. That's how I don't think it'd be happen kind of thing. And we're like just laughed, and then I went into work because we both worked in the same place. And I just said to him, I was like, because I was thinking about it. I think it was the weekend off or something. I was just sitting and thinking about it that weekend, and I was like, so I went back in. I was like, why don't we go for it? And we end up we asked Paul, and Paul asked his mate Jam, and then said to Dale as well, and then that was it. The rest, as he says, history, and we just went for it, and everything got organised, and next thing we were there, and it was worth it. Loved it. Ric Flair telling the fans he's wrestled in front of more fans than anybody, loved everybody doing it. There's the fans shouting, thank you Rick, thank you Rick. Just seen us again there. Such a cool moment being there. Thank you for making me who I am today, saying, woo! That's his music, and then I can't remember who it is that comes out first, but Triple H. I couldn't remember. Like I said, it's 12 years ago. I've not seen this Raw for a wee while, but it's cool that Raw's got, the network's got all the Raws on the network's got all the Raws from all the years now, which is cool. There's Triple H looking happy, but you can see the tears in his eyes as well. So it's all emotional, even though these guys are big, muscly guys. They still get feelings and love each other, and still they've been on the road for years, these people, and do all these great matches, and there's Ric Flair breaking down, and they just love each other to bits. They take care of each other. They see each other more than their families, and they sacrifice being dads and mums because they're on the road so much. It's just sad in that sense, but they love the buzz of the crowd. They love performing in front of the fans. And they can't be two places at once, so that's the other problem. Was you turn your back on your kids to do this kind of life, but then at the same time their kids want for nothing in that sense. There is Triple H saying he loves them, man. But it's not an easy life. Like, they go on the road 300 and I'm sure they said something like 300 days a year, and again they're only off 65 days, so it's no. So they're away all that time. That's a long time to be away every year. But again, it's some life as well. See the world and make a good bit of money, but it takes out your body as well. But the fans love them, love seeing them perform, and the wrestlers love performing for them. That's the Four Horsemen coming out. Ric Flair's just broken down again. The legendary Four Horsemen coming out for him, and Flair's broken down again. So seeing them as well, I was like, whoa! What the fuck? So that was really cool, seeing them in the flesh as well, and just these moments where you're looking back and saying, I was there, you know what I mean? Me and my mates were there, and it was, like I said, I'm watching it now, and it's making me happy seeing it again. And again, I just wanted to do this podcast with this because at WrestleMania 24 is 12 years to the date, and obviously this Raw was the following night. I just fancied doing it because right now I'm not interested in anything AEW. There's some good stuff happening on that, but the build up to WrestleMania this year and WrestleMania and a whole isn't going to be, I don't think it's going to be great, but the fact there is 5 matches I want to see. There's Batista, he's on his way out now, doing a bit bowing down, I'm not worthy. Crowd are loving it, tears are rolling down Ric Flair's face big time. This bit of danger. Love that tune, man. Batista, big smiles, big picking Flair right up there. He's a monster, that guy, but here we go. The Dragon Steamboat. Aye, there he is. Ricky Breezy Steamboat comes out. I was like, holy shit. Couldn't believe it. Seeing Ricky come out, I was like, whoa. This was so cool. Loved it. What matches they had. So many good matches over the years. Loved it. Oh, big Harley Race, the King, coming out with Michelle McCool and Mickey James. He's a hard man. When he was one of the more old school guys that used to give people receipts if anybody hurt him. Gave him it back, you know what I mean? He was some painful moves for that guy. Old school guy. Used to like giving people some hard shots, and he would take them back himself. Greg Valentine, loved some of his matches. Earlier WrestleManias that I've seen him in. Not the biggest fan of the guy, but he was still paved the way for some of the younger guys today. And he was a worker, worked well in the ring, put people across, set well, hug for Flair again. So seeing this back, like I said, it's great watching it back. Who's this coming at? Dean Malenko. I don't know much about him. I've never really watched a lot. I can remember bits and pieces of his matches, but I'm not the biggest fan of him, I don't think. I'd maybe have to watch some of his stuff on YouTube maybe. But him and Flair are major embrace there. So yeah, bit of Jericho. So seeing all these people coming out and knowing I was there, it's taking me back to it's taking me back being in the place, and it's sad and it's fun as well watching it. Cena still never ever getting to Cena. He does have some great matches, but for me, I'm still no sold on him. Too much a crowd pleaser, too many kids into him, and I just think he is there for the kids. That is one of the matches I'm looking forward to for this week's WrestleMania coming up, is him and The Fiend. I like to see what happens in it, even though they buried The Fiend with letting Goldberg take his title. But I do like to still see him. And there's Rick's family coming out now. That's him bubbling like a big baby now. He's totally broke down, which is understandable. Yep, everybody's there. His wife, his kids, everybody. So it's all in all, I've enjoyed doing this podcast because it's been more personal to me. My first WrestleMania, being there with my mates, meant a lot to me. Watching Raw again was another great night. Atmosphere was great, and with a better vantage point. But I still think WrestleMania was my favourite of the two nights, just because it's WrestleMania. And I still, 12 years gone by, it's like where have they went? I know it's cliched and people are always like, oh, everybody always says that, but it's like that for me. 12 years have flew by, and I was at WrestleMania 29 as well, and the Raw after that. But hopefully I will get to a third one, and hopefully this time I'll take the kids. Maybe WrestleMania 40 when they're like 4 years from now. See what happens. But there's Shawn Michaels coming out now, the man that retired him. Like I said, one of the best. Probably was the best match of WrestleMania 24, and definitely enjoyed the match. And it was fitting that it was Mr. WrestleMania, the showstopper, that retired him, and Ric Flair knew that he would give him one of the best matches out of the full roster in WWE at that point. So anyway, on that note, Shawn Michaels coming out to say all the best and everything else. I'm going to call it a night with the podcast. I'm not sure if I'm going to turn this into audio yet. There's Triple H talking about the watches that Sean's got and Rick's got. Triple H is saying he could do it all night, which they probably could have done. There's just all the different wrestlers coming out now. Edge, Big Show, Kane, Orton, JBL, Hornswoggle, Matt Hardy, a couple of refs, Finlay. Just the full roster coming out now. So anyway, I know that Vince McMahon came out. I'm sure Vince McMahon came out after the cameras went off, and so did The Undertaker. So again, special moment. Glad I was part of it. And hopefully I might turn this into audio and put it on Anchor. I'm not sure yet. If not, it's available, as you can see, on YouTube on video. So this has been my third podcast on YouTube, and I'm enjoying doing them. And hopefully my next one's going to be about the current wrestling product. But honestly, don't know if I can even be bothered putting anything on. If I don't put anything on about the current wrestling product, I'll maybe do something like this again, maybe about WrestleMania 29. But I think I will talk about WrestleMania 36 next week, because there is 5 matches I want to see. I won't be watching it live, but anyway, I'm off now. Thanks for tuning in and watching my video about my WrestleMania 24 experience and then Raw the next night with my friends. Thanks again, and hopefully I'll do another podcast within a week or so about WrestleMania 36. Thanks for listening again, and see you next week. God bless, and peace to all. See you later.